is forever. Just you in the grotto, with nothing but your nights on. Keep the fucking lights on, same again tomorrow. We don't need no bottle, purple color lip gloss, room at the Saguaro. Ain't nowhere I would rather be, right between your holidays. Coffee on the Flintstone, jewelry on the Ottoman. Baby, let me in, for I get way too adamant about it. Love the way you shiver, dig into my shoulder blades, feel it when you quiver. Higher level elevate, you could be the renegade, body to a glide. Harrison and Juliet, legends never die. The TV hasn't worked in ages, probably got a shorter cable. Way too busy fucking on the sofa or the kitchen table. Is my vision hazy? You look like you're someone famous, cause you're the next Drew Barry. I want more, yeah. And all these other girls keep wondering what I fuck with you for, cause you're the next Drew Barry, yeah. And I want more, and all these other girls keep wondering what I fuck with you for, yeah. Cause you're something like the summer, kinda like a hurricane, sweeping through the desert. Hot Americana rain, falling wearing nothing but my Lauryn Hill shirt. It's kinda baggy on you, baby, but it worked. The AC hasn't worked in ages, I could probably read the label. Way too busy fucking on the counter or the coffee table. Am I hallucinating? Why do you look hella famous? Cause you're the next Drew Barry. And I want more, yeah. And all these other girls keep wondering what I fuck with you for, cause you're the next Drew Barry, yeah. And I want more, and all these other girls keep wondering what I fuck with you for. I wanna make every single moment for you great. Fly away to Cairo or LA. Girl, I want it, I don't wanna waste time, waste time. I wanna make, yeah, every single moment for you great, yeah. Fly away to Cairo or LA. Girl, I want it, I don't wanna waste time, cause you're the next Drew Barry. And I want more, yeah. And all these other girls keep wondering what I fuck with you for. You're the next Drew Barry, yeah. And I want more, and all these other girls keep wondering what I fuck with you for.
And that was the new song by Bryce Vine called Drew Barrymore. So I just thought to myself, after making my first podcast, that maybe at the beginning of every episode play at least one song, because I'm a very big fan of music. I like listening to basically all types of music, and as long as it is good and has a catchy beat, I'll listen to it, and I'll probably get addicted to the song too. So yeah, that was Bryce Vine's new song called Drew Barrymore. It already has 18,813,670 plays on Spotify, which is pretty impressive. So last episode, which was my very first episode, we talked about Phil Dracovic and Whitfield boys basketball in 5A and like the teams and how they might do next year, and some key athletes. Some teams are gonna get back and some teams are gonna lose. And we talked about Joey Porter Jr. and what his senior season at North Allegheny means, not just for him, but for the North Allegheny Tigers football team in general. Today I want to talk about just only two topics, however. I want to talk about Jarrod Simmons. If you don't know who Jarrod Simmons is, I'm going to tell you about him in a minute. I want to talk about Simmons, and I want to talk about LeBron in LA. I could probably talk about LeBron going to LA for probably 6 hours straight. I would do as best as possible to find a way and do that. But I don't think a normal person would actually spend time talking about a topic for 6 hours in a row. Three people can do. Professional radio hosts can probably talk about a topic for 3 hours that they really enjoy listening and hearing about. And I think I could talk about LeBron for probably 3 hours, but I only wanted to talk about 2 topics today. So let's start with Jarrod Simmons. We're going to look back on him. If you don't know who Jarrod Simmons is, he played for the Moon Area Tigers in 2017, in the 2016-2017 WPIAL basketball season. He wore number 22. He's 6'8", and he just finished his freshman year at the University of Pennsylvania. So let me tell you right now, there's a chance at this very moment Jarrod Simmons is practicing his basketball skills and working out so he can get ready for a sophomore season of basketball at the University of Pennsylvania. They are also known as the Penn Quakers. Simmons scored a total of only 58 points this past season for Penn. He didn't really have much playing time at all, as he was only on the court for 147 minutes in 24 games. I feel though, however, by the time Simmons is a junior in college for Penn, he will become a big star. And you know what's funny? During a game against Penn State Brandywine, Simmons came off the bench and scored 16 points. He scored 16 points in the 10 minutes he played in that game. Don't tell me that's not impressive, ladies and gentlemen, because that is. Now, the Penn's men's basketball team did make the NCAA March Madness tournament this past March, as you probably have seen. They were ranked the number 16 seed in the Midwest section of the tournament. They faced number 1 seed Kansas in the Midwest section. And if you're a big fan of college basketball, and if you watched the March Madness tournament this past year, you knew that Penn lost 76-60. Now, some of you who probably had like Duke, Villanova, Michigan winning your bracket, you probably thought it would be awesome if Kansas lost because they were a 1 seed and Penn was a 16, and everybody wanted to see that 16 seed beat the 1 seed. It did happen this year for the first time ever, as the University of Maryland of Baltimore County defeated Virginia. That was pretty sweet. I didn't have Virginia go far in the tournament. I had them losing in like the Sweet 16 anyway, so that was good there. But going back to Simmons did not play a single minute in that game against Kansas in the round of 64. The difference between Jarrod playing at Moon and him playing at Penn is that at Moon he was playing with and against other high schoolers who probably would not play Division I basketball. And at the College of Penn, he is playing with and against other basketball players that have a dream of making it to the NBA, just like Jarrod himself. We also have to remember that in Jarrod's freshman year in high school, through his junior year in high school, he was attending Cushion Academy. You know what Cushion Academy is? Probably don't. Cushion Academy is a co-educational college preparatory school in Massachusetts. While Jarrod was playing basketball at Cushion Academy, he was playing with and against other very good basketball players. So, he does have experience playing with other skilled basketball players before he went to Penn, which is pretty good. Simmons decided to move back to Pittsburgh after his junior year at Cushion Academy and attend Moon Area High School so he could finish his high school career with his childhood friends in the western Pennsylvania area. He attended Moon Area School District from kindergarten through 8th grade before he went to Cushion, and when his friends back in middle school heard that Jarrod was going to move to Cushion, to Massachusetts, they probably were not very happy. Well, not very happy that he's moving, but they probably couldn't blame Jarrod. It was just another step for Jarrod. Actually, maybe one of the first steps for Jarrod into becoming a basketball player. Now, Jarrod had a bunch of college offers to play while he was at Cushing Academy. So he probably thought to himself that since he already had a bunch of options of where to go to college while he was at Cushing, that he did not have to stress that much about basketball his senior year of high school. Now, I'm not saying not pay attention, not focus on basketball at all, blow it off or anything, but not stress himself to the point where he probably stress himself to death. If you're at what's the word I'm looking for? A school where they focus on basketball so much, you probably would stress yourself to death. But at Moon, no way he was stressing himself to death. So he then probably thought to himself that as a result, he could enjoy the game of basketball just a little bit easier for a year and not have to stretch that much before he would have to go to college and stress about basketball as much as he did when he was at Cushing. Now you probably wonder what colleges did offer Simmons to play basketball. Well, Boston College offered him, Georgia Tech offered Jarrod, Pitt, Yale, Princeton, Providence, and all those other D2 and D3 colleges that I probably don't even have to mention, because D1 is greater than D2. That's just fact. I really don't need to say that much about it. While Simmons was at Moon for his senior year, he was considered the man who came back home and gave his team a championship. Just the whole story of Simmons returning to Moon and winning a WPIAL championship for the school, it kind of reminds me of how LeBron returned to Cleveland and won an NBA title for the Cavaliers. That story of Simmons, that's just what it reminds me of, the LeBron James story. Jarrod attends Moon, goes to Cushing, friends miss him, comes back senior year, gets himself a WPIAL, goes to Cushing. It's like Moon, Cushing, Moon, Penn. But except Jarrod's not going to stay at high school even when he graduates. So yeah, he was going to move anyway. That's just common sense. And it just reminds me of LeBron. Cleveland, Miami. Miami's like Jarrod's Cushing Academy, if you understand that. And then after Miami, Cleveland, which is for Jarrod, Moon, Cushing, Moon. And now LeBron's in LA. And we'll talk more about LeBron in LA later on. So when Simmons came to Moon in 2016, came back to Moon, the whole rest of the boys' basketball team probably decided that Simmons should be the captain of the team and that the rest of the teammates should just listen to what he says. Simmons was an absolute monster at Moon, because basically all the other high school basketball players that Jarrod was facing were not high knowledge in basketball the way that he is. Every day during the basketball season, Simmons probably woke up to himself thinking that he wanted to be a better player. A better basketball player, but a player for Moon that... What's the words I'm looking for? Becoming that much of an impactful player to Moon that he turns that whole basketball program around. And I honestly think to myself that him going back to Moon for his senior year, he turned that whole program into a very well-developed program. And I think Moon's going to be great for years to come, just because Simmons played that 1 year. Adam Kaufman, the coach of Moon area's boys basketball, where he probably learned a lot about the way Simmons plays and realized that the way Simmons plays, Kaufman's got to somehow coach the rest of his athletes for the rest of his life how to play just like Jarrod, because Jarrod is a winner. While Simmons was at Moon, he definitely had to teach the other Moon area basketball players about leadership. He probably had to teach Austin Ryan that, Connor Ryan about leadership, Matt D'Amica, Peyton Jones. But both the Ryan twins probably took Simmons' advice because the Ryans and the whole rest of the Tigers team were good this past season as they made it to the WPIAL playoffs but lost in the second round to Franklin Regional 28-26. Yeah, it was a very low scoring game. Yeah. But you know what really impressed me about Simmons? Well, let me tell you. When Paul Patera, employee of the Trib Live High School Sports Network, interviewed Simmons after the 5A WPIAL championship game in 2017 when Moon played Hampton, Simmons seemed like one of the most mature human beings ever. Like, honestly, he did. Like, he was so professional and so polite while interviewing with Paul. It made me believe that Simmons, with his positive attitude, that he will become a star at Penn and have a chance of playing in the NBA someday because of how mature this young man is. Like, you think, like, when a high school sports athlete gets interviewed by someone, you think, oh, it's just a high school interview. Why should I really pay attention to this? You learn a lot about that high school athlete's character and the way they act in front of other people. And Simmons honestly just impressed me of how mature he was and professional. And, like, even if Simmons doesn't play basketball in the NBA, like, no matter what job he has, he's going to be well liked. He's probably going to get a lot of money too because of how mature he is. How professional. If you haven't watched that interview between Simmons and Paul Patera at Peterson Event Center in 2017, I recommend looking that on YouTube as soon as you can. But everyone who follows the WPIAL closely has to wonder, what Moon's basketball program could have been if Jarrod played with the team for the first 3 years of his high school career. Perhaps if he was on the team for the first 3 years of his high school career, the program could have won more WPIAL championships, maybe even win a state championship. He could have scored over 2,000 points, and perhaps he could have been known as one of the best high school boys basketball players in the whole state of Pennsylvania. Jarrod Simmons is a very good basketball player. 6'8". He dominated in the 2016-17 season. And I look back on him because I just think to myself, what could have been for Moon? What could have been for Moon? I honestly think if he was on Moon, that this team would be a powerhouse. That team would have been the scariest team in 4A. 4A, 3A. Whatever classification Moon was in from the 13-14 school year to the 15-16 school year, I think Simmons and those boys could have dominated. I actually want to look at Moon's basketball records from while Jarrod was a freshman till while he was a junior, just to show how dominant Simmons was. Let's see. Moon didn't win a WPIAL basketball championship. It hadn't been since 2005. 2005, and that's when Jeff Ackerman was the coach for Moon. Yeah, those were some good days, huh? No, like, I'm being serious. Those were some very good days while he was at Moon. Not even a joke whatsoever. Wait, what? I'm confusing myself. No, it was 2006. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. Moon hadn't won it since 2006 when Jeff Ackerman won it 3 years in a row. And they were in 3A at the time, too. I gotta actually see where, like, what classification Moon was in while Jarrod Simmons was a freshman to a junior. So I'm looking at the 2013-14 school year, right? That's when Jarrod would have been a freshman. Now, if he would have played at Moon, let me see. Were they in 3A? Were they in 4A? No, I don't think... Did Moon even make the playoffs? No, I don't think they did. Did they really not make the playoffs? No, they didn't make the playoffs in Jarrod's freshman year, which was 2013 to 2014. They had 6 wins, 8 losses in the section, and were 9-13 overall. They were in Section 4 in Class 4A. No, they did not make the playoffs, while Jarrod was a freshman. So if Jarrod would have been a sophomore at Moon, that would have been the 2014-2015 school year. Let me look at that real quick. See if Moon made the playoffs that year. No, they didn't. You believe that? I didn't even realize that Moon really wasn't that good. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you this. Moon was 1-13 in 14-15. 4-17 overall record. They were 1-13 in the section. Chartiers Valley, Mount Lebanon, Bethel Park, Upper St. Clair all probably just manhandled Moon back in the day. Yeah, 4 years ago. I call that manhandling. And I call that back in the day too. So, 6-8 in the section for Moon while Jarrod was a freshman at Cushing. 1-13 when he was a sophomore at Cushing. And now let us take a look at his stats. Let's take a look at how Moon did when Jarrod was a junior. I kind of wonder now if Jarrod probably came back to Moon because he realized, man, that basketball program is really bad. Let me turn that whole team into shape real quickly. So let me click on boys and girls basketball. Let's see if Moon made it in the playoffs during Jarrod's junior year at Cushing. And boom goes dynamite. And Moon did not make the playoffs. They were 2-2 section record. Overall record 7-15. That is unbelievable. I knew Moon wasn't a powerhouse when Simmons wasn't there, but I didn't realize they were last in Section 4. In 4A. All 3 years when Simmons was at Cushing. Jarrod probably definitely saw what was happening at Moon and probably realized that he had to do something. So, now that I just told you, the standings of Moon when Jarrod was at Cushing, if Jarrod was there from his freshman through junior year, he probably would have made the playoffs all 3 years. I think that's how much of an impactful player Jarrod Simmons is. And Adam Kaufman not just Adam Kaufman, everyone who attended Moon or attends Moon right now, or the Moon area athletic department, there's probably a time where they sat there and they really just thought to themselves, wow, what could our basketball team could have been like if Simmons was with us from 13-14 to 15-16? You can't change the past. Can't go back in time to change the past. But I feel like if the Moon athletic director had to change one thing of all of their athletic teams ever in Moon history, it would be convince Jarrod Simmons never to go to Cushing. Now, it all worked out in Jarrod's senior year, of course, because got the ring. Connor and Austin got the ring. It was all good. So, Jarrod Simmons was an impactful player that I think if he just would have played at Moon throughout his whole high school career, just could have carried Moon, and that team would be a powerhouse. That team would have been a powerhouse. A powerhouse. Powerhouse. Man, Jarrod Simmons was so good. Alright. Second topic. Last topic we're going to talk about. LeBron James is going to the Los Angeles Lakers. News about LeBron signing with the Lakers happened. The news came out on Sunday, and everybody on social media was just, that's all they talked about Sunday night. LeBron going to Los Angeles. They're still talking about LeBron James going to Los Angeles to this day. Well, actually, it's only June 6th. It's only July 6th. Only July 6th. So, yeah, 5 days. Of course, everyone would still be talking about LeBron right now. So, let's go more in depth about King James and his new team. On Sunday, he agreed to play for the Los Angeles Lakers. He's going to make $154 million in the next 4 years. If a simple human being on this earth can make $1 million a year and make 7 figures, he'd be jumping up and down. This dude, LeBron James, gonna make $38.5 million an average the next 4 years. 38.5. Like, what? 38 million? Like, that's insane. Like, I have no words to really describe it. If I was making 38.5 million by making podcasts and writing about sports, I would just love it. Like, I probably would be in paradise. I'd probably put more effort into writing and put more effort into these podcasts if I knew I was making 38.5 million. And I still think, and I know to myself that I put a lot of effort in these podcasts and writing. But 38.5, play basketball, put an orange ball with black stripes into a net. It's just crazy stuff. A lot of people are excited to see LeBron go to the Lakers, while other people do not like LeBron going to the Lakers at all. Let me tell all of you right now that the Lakers are dominating free agency right now. Besides LeBron, the Lakers also signed 2 other notable free agents. And actually make that 3. They signed Lance Stevenson. He's probably going to play shooting guard or small forward. They signed JaVale McGee. He just won an NBA championship with Golden State. He's going to be their center. They signed Rondo. They signed Rajon Rondo. They have Kuzma. They have Lonzo Ball. It's crazy right now. The Lakers were also interested in signing Tyreke Evans, but Evans did not decide to go to the Lakers. Because what team did he go to? Oh, yeah. He's playing for the Indiana Pacers right now. He signed with them about a day ago? A couple of days ago, something like that. Tyreke Evans is good in Sacramento. He's alright, I guess, now. But the Lakers had a meeting with him. I guess Tyreke didn't like the money they were offering or something. Maybe didn't want to play with the LeBron or anything like that. But the fact that the Lakers were interested in Tyreke had to be happy. Knowing that, Lakers are trying to get more help for LeBron and they were asking me. Okay. Actually, Doug McDermott also signed with the Pacers too. McDermott and Tyreke Evans were both introduced by the Indiana Pacers just today. That's interesting stuff. Evans averaged 19.4 points per game in the 52 games they played with the Memphis Grizzlies last year. The Lakers would have had Tyreke Evans. That would have been good. Get someone who probably could come off the bench and put 20 points for your team. Yeah, that would have been pretty good. The fact that LeBron has joined the Lakers makes the Western Conference so much more interesting. I don't know if you have noticed, but it seems that any team that LeBron is on, he seems to just make that team better. Last season when James was on the Cavaliers, he was only playing with one other impactful player, and that player was Kevin Love. And you probably heard today as well that the Cavaliers are now open into trading Kevin Love, and how he could go anywhere. I was watching First Take today as well. Stephen A. Smith said Kevin Love would be a good fit in Portland. Max Kellerman said he would be a good fit in Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, I think he said another team. Oh, I don't remember. But now that LeBron is in Los Angeles, he'll be playing with more talented and younger players like Lonzo Ball, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, Brook Lopez, Kyle Kuzma, now Rajon Rondo, Lance Stevenson, JaVale McGee. Kuzma is about to become a star in this league. Why? Because he's good to begin with. And the fact that he's going to be playing alongside LeBron is going to teach that man every single thing he knows about basketball. He's going to turn Kuzma into a star. And I'm so looking forward to see how LeBron does playing with these younger, talented guys. Not those mid-20s guys in Cleveland that couldn't play basketball to save their lives. I kind of wonder sometimes. I said that twice. Accidentally repeated myself. I wonder if LeBron left Cleveland because of what happened in Game 1. Here's the thing. If Cleveland would have just got blown 4-0 against the Warriors, I think this man could have stayed for at least one more year in Cleveland. But I think what he saw J.R. Smith do in Game 1, he just thought to himself that he could not be on the same team as J.R. Smith, because he knows that J.R. Smith is now not trustworthy. Now, LeBron is not going to say to the general manager of the Cavaliers, get J.R. Smith out of here. And if you get him out of here, I'll stay here. Now, LeBron would just look like the bad guy. So he probably decide, I'm going to LA. I'm going to play with guys that don't make ridiculous, stupid plays. They haven't lived up to the expectations yet of being that much of a winning team. And now that LeBron's there, I think Kuzma and all them, they become better players. They take all their games to another level. And they're gonna have some fun. They're gonna exceed, and we might see them in the Western Conference Finals, in my opinion. Yes, against Golden State. I talked to some people about this. They're like Warriors, Lakers, Western Conference Finals. That Western Conference Finals, my lord, that'd be so popular. That'd be one of the most watched Western Conference Finals ever in NBA history. Now, before LeBron went back to Cleveland in 2014, Kyrie Irving was a good scorer for the Cavaliers, as he was the only reason why the Cavaliers were winning games before LeBron came back. Now, when LeBron came back to Cleveland, he turned Kyrie Irving into a better player. Not just a better scorer, but just a better all-around basketball player. LeBron taught Kyrie how to pass the ball better and to not be upset when something does not go right. He did a better job teaching Kyrie not to be upset, even though he still does, in my opinion, sometimes. So I believe that LeBron will turn Kuzma into such a good player that in 4 years, once LeBron's contract has expired or if he opts out after his third year, Kuzma will become one of the best players in the league. That he will be in the conversation of being one of the NBA's most valuable players. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if every single regular season game that the Los Angeles Lakers play next season will be aired on national television. Just because one of the best players in the whole entire world and LeBron James is going to be playing on one of the most valuable professional sports teams in the whole country in the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron joining the Lakers is such an incredible story, ladies and gentlemen. It's such an incredible story. The more people are going to talk about LeBron, and more people are going to pay attention to the Lakers. Not just in the past 4 years. I'm talking about they're going to pay more attention to the Lakers now than they ever did before in their lives. Will Chamberlain? You think when the fans pay attention to the Lakers and when Will Chamberlain and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar were on the team, you think the Lakers were popular? You think everybody focused on them? You think when Kobe was there and Shaq was there, you think everybody was paying to the Lakers? Yes, they were. But now that LeBron and Lonzo and LeBron and Kuzma and LeBron is in Los Angeles, everybody's gonna fall. Everybody's gonna pay attention to these Lakers. Like, their Twitter followers gonna increase. Instagram followers going to increase. Like, this team's gonna be this Lakers team is gonna be one of the most watched teams ever. Because LeBron. Like, even when Kobe and Shaq were playing, did people really consider Kobe and Shaq to be the best player in the league? No. No. Were they good? Were they one of the best duos? Yes. Were they both good? Were they both one of the best individually best basketball players? No. There's probably about 15 others you could name when Shaq and Kobe were in Los Angeles of who was better than them. Dwayne Wade was one of them. Just as a little example. You can go a little further. Vince Carter, Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, or whatever. So now more players in the NBA probably want to play with the Lakers right now. I honestly think that between Leonard and Walker, Kawhi Leonard and Kemba Walker, sorry I didn't say their first names, one of them has to be sitting on their couch at home right now watching the news about LeBron on television and saying to themselves right now, God, please let the team I play for right now trade me to Los Angeles, the Lakers. Like, Kemba Walker has to be sitting there right now just thinking, do you really want to play in Charlotte anymore? Is he really having fun? Are they really going to succeed? They're really gonna get more fans to come watch their games? Now, I'm pretty sure that every single Lakers game was sold out last season, and that's pretty good, especially since the Lakers were trash. Not just last year, but the last 3 years. But now that LeBron's in LA, then not only will every single game be sold out, but the prices of the tickets would increase so much, it wouldn't actually be funny. I did some research on StubHub, and I saw that the cheapest price of a ticket at a Los Angeles Lakers game during the regular season is $550. If I was the one to sign the prices of the tickets at Staples Center, I would raise the price of the ticket so high that would make the cheapest price of a ticket at a Los Angeles Lakers game be near $900. I'm also pretty sure that people would not care how much Lakers games would cost. They just want to see LeBron win games for one of the most valuable teams ever. With the roster that the Lakers have right now, at this very moment, this team will make it into the playoffs, and that's not even a question, ladies and gentlemen. The Los Angeles Lakers will make it to the playoffs. if any of your friends or you hear anybody on social media or on TV say Los Angeles Lakers are not going to make it to the playoffs, they are full of baloney. They're going to make the playoffs. LeBron's going to make sure the Lakers get into the playoffs every single year he's there. If the Lakers had one more superstar right now, whether it's Leonard or Walker, I honestly think we could see the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals as early as next season. If you think LeBron's jersey was one of the best-selling jerseys in the NBA, just wait until LeBron's Lakers jersey comes out. I would not be surprised in the slightest bit if LeBron's Lakers jersey would be one of the most-selling jerseys in NBA history. You know what else is exciting about LeBron joining the Lakers? It's the fact that the Lakers and Celtics rivalry is officially back, ladies and gentlemen. This rivalry is back. Just the fact that Kyrie Irving and LeBron James playing against each other on two different teams that are two of the most valuable teams and two of the most popular teams in NBA history, in the Celtics and Lakers, it's going to be so much fun to watch. I cannot wait until the Lakers play the Celtics in the regular season. In the next 4 years, if the Celtics ever played the Lakers in the finals, I will not be surprised. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about a lot of things. If I had a nickel for every time I said, I would not be surprised in this podcast right now. I would not be surprised whatsoever if that finals matchup between the Celtics and Lakers would be one of the most watched NBA finals in NBA history, if that ever does happen in the next 3 or 4 years. With LeBron in the Western Conference, that means that we will see LeBron play against more Western Conference teams, and that he will play against more star players in the West more often. That means with him playing in the West, means to play against James Harden, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Donovan Mitchell, DeAndre Ayton, Dirk Nowitzki, Damian Lillard, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Jimmy Butler, Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis, and other star players in the West more often. You know what would actually be hilarious? It'd be hilarious if Kobe Bryant wanted to play basketball again because of LeBron joining the Lakers. But sadly, as an NBA fan, I don't think we will ever see it happen. Some people have a feeling that with LeBron in LA, that LeVar Ball will find a way to have a conflict with LeBron. You better believe that if LeBron and LeVar do find a way to have a little conflict with each other, that the media will be talking about that incident a lot, and it would actually be good entertainment. Like, LeBron joining the Lakers is just a story that the media will have a tough time not talking about, and it'll be a topic that will be hard for me not to write and talk about as I continue this podcast for weeks to come. Just LeBron just joining the Los Angeles Lakers. Like, people have told me already, my friends have told me, one thing's gonna happen when LeBron's in LA. What's that? Showtime Lakers are back, baby. That's right. Showtime Lakers are back. You know what I like about LeBron coming? He's probably gonna score 25 points per game while in LA. I have this little plan. If the Lakers would ever want to use, they probably won't. If they have Lonzo Ball focus more on playing defense and have LeBron and Kuzma do the scoring, this team would actually be sad. Like, you can have Kentavious Caldwell-Pope do both. You can have Lonzo Ball focus on defense, LeBron and Kuzma do some scoring, Brandon Ingram play some hardcore defense too, and I think these Los Angeles Lakers, they're ready to actually put a ring on their fingers sooner than they ever thought in their lives they would be. Now, everybody's just focusing on the 2019 free agency, because when the Lakers will have a lot of money, and that means so much money, they probably could grab 2 or 3 superstars next year if they really wanted to, and if they really want to play with LeBron. Guys, LeBron James is one of the most influential, most valuable people in the United States of America. He's in the list with Trump, Donald Trump, the Clintons, Bill Gates, any musician like Mariah Carey or Jay-Z. LeBron's a valuable human being. He's a good businessman. And the fact that you got one of the best businessmen and most influential people ever in LeBron James playing on one of the most valuable sports teams ever. This is not good entertainment just for me or NBA fans. This is good for the world. This is LeBron going to the West and basically saying that he is not afraid to play Golden State more than 2 times in the season. That just shows that LeBron wants to end the Golden State Warriors, wants to show everybody that even though Kevin Durant won 2 NBA Final MVPs the last 2 years, that he's still top dog in this league and has been for the longest amount of time. LeBron's not afraid of challenges. Let me tell you. He went to Miami. What was the challenge? Winning a finals. Winning a finals on a team that he didn't know their game plan, didn't know their system, didn't know the way they operate things, didn't know how Pat Riley and the coaching staff of Miami, didn't know how they would play. This man's not afraid of taking challenges. He went back to Cleveland. Just to help them win an NBA championship. Here's the bottom line. If I was LeBron, after losing to the Spurs in that 2014 NBA Finals, what I really would have done if I was him, I would have stayed in Miami, re-signed, tell D-Wade that, alright, the Spurs had their chance, they got their ring, let's go out and do this again next year. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I believe with Bosh, Wade, LeBron, they would have gone another free agent. They would have played Golden State in the finals, and Dwayne Wade and LeBron would have beaten Golden State. And as simple as that. I honestly think that LeBron going to Cleveland his second time around really didn't hurt his legacy. Could have won 3 championship rings in the last 4 years with the Heat. Let me show you who the Miami Heat. Let me tell you, not show you. I can't actually show you anything. You're only listening to me. You can't. It's not like this is like an actual video of me demonstrating to you guys anything. Let me show you what LeBron James could have been if he was with the Heat. Didn't make the playoffs at all. 37-45. Lost a lot of games, believe it or not. LeBron would have been on that team. He would have been playing with Wade, Dion Waiters, Josh Richardson, Hassan Whiteside. Those players is Bosh, maybe Chris Anderson. Like, I seriously think if LeBron would have stayed in Miami, they still could have controlled the East. It would have been better. Dwayne Wade would have actually never have moved. Let's get that simple fact. If LeBron would have stayed Cleveland in 14-15, Dwayne Wade would have probably never have gone to Chicago. Never. Chris Anderson, Michael Beasley, Chris Bosh, Jamario Chalmers, Luol Deng, Goran Dragic, Zoran Dragic, James Ennis, Udonis Haslam, Tyler Johnson, Josh McRoberts, Shabazz Napier, Dwayne Wade, Henry Walker, Hassan Whiteside. About 3 of those guys I've named probably would not be on that team if LeBron was there. But let me tell you that Eric Spoelstra have LeBron in 14-15. Not only would have that team made the playoffs, would have gone to the finals again, probably would have whooped Golden State. And you're like, what? Would have had Kyrie and Kevin Love. Yeah. Now, Wade and LeBron's relationship is close. Then you might want to say to me, "Do you see what happened when Wade was with Cleveland this year?" Yeah. Dwayne Wade realized that he was going to succeed if LeBron came to Miami. He was not going to succeed if he left Miami and joined LeBron to a different team. Because Dwayne Wade is not used to, or is not up to the challenge of creating new challenges for himself like LeBron is. LeBron saying, "You know what, Dwayne, I'm coming down with you. I'm not afraid of I'm not afraid of hard challenges. We're going to go win some titles." Dwayne Wade said, "I'm going to go play with you, LeBron, this past season in Cleveland. I just want to be with you." Probably didn't even focus on championships. He probably just focused on playing with him. I actually thought when Dwayne Wade signed with Miami that that was actually not going to go. Dwayne Wade, you're going to see the best out of Dwayne Wade when he's in Miami. Simple. When he was in Chicago, bust. Half a season with Cleveland, bust. It would actually be funny if LeBron actually went to Miami this offseason. Because then Miami would be going back to Eastern Conference Finals. And Kyrie and Gordon against D. Wade and LeBron, that would have been good entertainment too. But I think we'll all get used to LeBron and Lonzo, or LeBron and Kuzma, or LeBron and Rondo together, or LeBron and Lance Stevenson. LeBron James is great. People call him the greatest player of all time, and he doesn't have as many championship rings as Michael Jordan. There's going to be a time where either I talk about on a podcast about LeBron James being better than Michael Jordan, or write about it, because I honestly believe LeBron is better than Michael Jordan. I really do. I'm not going to go in depth about that today, though. I'm either going to write an article or record an audio of just why LeBron's just better than Michael, and just all the things like that. Well, that's all the time we have today. I'd like to thank all of you for listening wherever you are. Hope that you heard some of my opinions and you thought to yourself why my opinions were right or wrong, or would you agreed with it, or would you disagreed about it. Because every single day when I research and talk about sports, I hope that I learn something new. And I love writing about sports. I love recording, talking about sports. I love just researching on the computer, just sports statistics in general. Like, I didn't even know. Like, I just looked up Paul Gasol today because I was looking at San Antonio's roster. I'm like, let me click on Paul Gasol's name on Wikipedia. He played for the Memphis Grizzlies. I didn't know that. Like, I'm being serious with all you. I didn't know about that. So every single day when I'm on the internet, I just look up sports and just learn new things. Hopefully, if you love sports, you just research things as much whenever you have time. Like, it's just really fun. So thank you for listening. I was gonna say thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my second episode of Party at John's, and hope all of you have a good rest of your day. Just any in public, anywhere you go, or if you're with your family or anything, just think about positive vibes. Say something to make someone's day a little bit better. Just positive vibes only. Actually, when I'm talking about sports, I want to have as much positive vibes as possible. Any topic I talk about, if it involves players or teams, I try my best. And I know I could do better, and I'm gonna try better in my later episodes to talk about more positive things about players and teams, because you gotta appreciate what players and teams are doing to try to win. Because even though us as the media would look at it and say, "Oh, come on, these athletes should be winning more championships and should be getting more rings, and playing better." We're not in their shoes, we're not in their positions, we're not in their shoes. It's harder than it looks. Trust me. All right, thank you for listening, and peace out. Have a good day. Positive vibes only.